Hello lovelies, today I'm going to be doing a restoration of Garden Mysteries Draculaura from the Skulltimate Secrets series. Basically it's just going to be a boil wash of the hair because I'm not a fan of how the hair lays. Originally these strands at the front were tied back and I wanted them to be let down like this. I just feel like it looks full and beautiful, but it's not how I want it to look. I want it to be more, I guess, I don't know if it will be able to flatten down on the top a little bit more, or if it's more of a rooting issue rather than a styling issue. And I want it to look less like it used to be tied back, you know? So I think a boil wash should be enough to fix it. Luckily, it's not tangled at all, so the brushing should not be too much of an issue. I also do want to give her stockings or some type of black tights or something on her legs, but I don't currently have those, so that might be in a future video. So for now, it's just going to be a boil wash. And my cat Lucky wants to be the star of this video. You are a star, Lucky. You are amazing and beautiful and cute and adorable and awesome. But right now, the focus is going to be Draculaura. So let's get into the wash, condition, and boil wash. Okay, now I'm gonna brush the hair. Oh wow, that is going way smoother than my past dolls that I have restored because those ones were more tangled. So that is very refreshing. However, look, this hair is still looking a little basically the same. You'd think that would be straight after a boil wash. So I might have to do it again. See how I'm trying to brush it down straight and it's just moving back? I don't know if that's because of the direction it's rooted, but I think I do want to try to boil wash it again. Maybe this time I'll pour the boiling water over her with the hair down in the place that I kind of want it to be, because I did feel like when I was doing it upside down, it wasn't really putting it in a position that I wanted it. So let's see here. Okay, it seems like there's both colors rooted in this middle section. I also still have that, I think it's called the T-tag, that's in the back of the head when you first unbox the doll. You can feel it right there. I think you're actually supposed to push it into the head, so I'm doing that now. Okay, I don't feel it anymore, so I think it's in there. This is stressing me out, how it's blended in the middle, and it's hard for me to separate it because they're all rooted into the same middle section here. Oh my gosh. Maybe that's why the top of the head feels really full, although it feels that way here too, so I don't know. Don't know if I have the patience for this right now. Maybe while I do this, I should get another pot of water boiling. Okay, the water is coming to a boil. See, these ones are easier to separate because you can see the individual plugs. This plug might be a mistake. Like you can see the scalp is painted the two different colors. See, it's more pink there and more of the dark color there. But look, these brighter pinks are plugged into the side that's the darker one. I don't even know what to call this color. It's like purpley pink. I don't know. But that is kind of bothering me that they are on the wrong side of the head. It's interesting to see how the rooting pattern is. Like there's so many more rooted down in this very bottom line here, but they're also less strands of hair in each plug. See, like there's way more like da 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 da. In here it's like da 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 da. I am learning. Still in the earliest stages of doll restoration experience. So this is interesting for me to see. So see all of this portion here? That is all in the same line of rooting. this strand, it's hard to tell, but I think it's blended. Like, I'm not gonna individually separate every hair back and forth. I mean, this mostly looks like it's the darker one, but I feel like there are some lighter ones in there. This was an unexpected part of this restoration. Why are they blended like this? Like, look at this. The way it's wanting to go, it seems like this one wants to go to this side. But no, they're supposed to be on that side. To tell sometimes because I feel like the darker color has a sheen or shimmer or iridescence, whatever you'd call it, that looks similar to this color, and then the shadows being cast by these hairs look darker like this color. So sometimes I feel like my eyes are tricking me, you know, think I mixed them up when I didn't, or I'll mix them up when I thought I didn't. Okay, I think I finally mostly got it. I wonder if it was supposed to be blended. I mean, like, it looks like I just braided the hair, right? It's going back and forth. Maybe it's supposed to look like that, so they were maybe trying to avoid it looking like two very separate sides of hair. Because they were fine doing that in the front, but the thing is, those parts then went to the back. But now they don't, because I'm having it down. Anyway, that looks better, but you can still see this pink part is going more to that side. Like, this is the middle. So that is bothering me, but I'm gonna go and boil wash this again and see if that makes a difference. Because I still want the hair to go more straight down if possible. Okay, that is more like it. That's way closer to what I was going for. There is still a bit of a wave at the end, so I think I want to do a boil wash one more time and really try to straighten this out. I would use a straightening iron, but I don't yet have one that would be good for doll hair, so I'm still trying to find how to do that. But yeah, hopefully that'll work. I mean, the curl at the end is kind of cute, but I think I do want it to be completely straight. It is also a little, like, little wave there, so let's see if I can straighten that. While I'm waiting for this water to boil, I'm just going through and kind of pulling these somewhat braided ends apart to kind of tighten it and really make sure they're separate, because that last time when I poured the boiling water over, it kind of loosened it, and that will probably happen again, but I just don't want it to completely undo all the work I just did to separate them. So hopefully that helps keep it secure. Okay, so another thing I just realized is maybe it's not an issue that the pink is too far on that side, but that the paint on the sculpt for the darker color is shifted the other way too much. Because when I'm looking at the back of the head here, this is the spine, right? The pink actually does stop right in the middle, but the darker color is more that way. So that might be more of the issue. I noticed this as I was kind of separating these, thinking that maybe this time when I boil wash it, I can have it over the shoulders, because I also felt like this lower part was not getting shaped how I wanted from the boil washing, probably because it's under all the other hair, but maybe if I at least have it over the shoulders like that, maybe that'll help. I also don't know how to do this without like scalding my hands, because she does not want to stay on the stand when she's not wearing her clothes, because the stand doesn't have enough like friction to grip anything. So she just keeps slipping, and I don't know, I don't want to burn my hands, but like, how do I hold her in place and pour boiling water? I don't know. Maybe I should hold her with tongs or something. Okay, here goes nothing. Ow. Still got it on my thumb. Okay. Now I'm also going to try to dunk her hair so that the ends can possibly be more straightened. Still looking kind of waved. I wonder if it's because of brushing it that's causing that. Okay, it's already losing the heat. Here, let me do the tongs one more time. Just got a little bit of boiling water left. How do I hold this in a way that like doesn't burn my thumb, but also does not drop the doll? Yeah, that hair really does not want to straighten at the ends. All right, let's go brush her and see what we want to do next. All right, here we go. I like how the hair looks a lot better now that it's more straight. So I should probably put her in her stand right away so that she can dry like this. Maybe in the future I'll make an update about her where I will try to use a straightening iron to straighten the ends and also add like stockings or tights or whatever to her legs to add to the outfit. So just a couple things I want to note before I leave her to air dry for like 24 hours. One is that I am not washing her clothes because it is brand new from the store. And I'm gonna leave her to dry in her shoes though, because those are helping her fit in the stand better and not fall over. And then the other thing is that I did notice that some of this hair, and maybe it's all the hair from the middle section that I was separating, seems to be shorter. Like, I feel like it's kind of weird that this hair, it's like layered. Is that like what they mean when people talk about like, oh, I want to make sure my hair's layered? Like, is this layering, or is it supposed to be all the same length? Because it feels weird to me to have like this hair right next to hair that's a lot longer. Actually, there seems to be 3 lengths because then there's even longer down here. So someone who understands haircuts, please let me know in the comments. I almost feel like maybe cutting this so that it's more like this is the main hairline. I do like the hair being long, but I don't like how it waves out like that, and it feels odd to me that it's a different length. I don't feel confident enough to just give her such a dramatic haircut, but the shape of the hair being like that, and it seems like it's done, you know? But then to go out like that. So anyway, we shall see. Okay, it is the next day. Let's see how the hair feels. It does feel like it's dry, and it does feel nice. Let's see how she looks. She's so gorgeous. Okay, let's give her back her clothes. There are a couple things that I'm noticing as I'm redressing her that are bothering me. Number one is my skirt. And I look back on the footage, it was there before, I'm just realizing it now. There's like this little dent in the fabric. See, like right there? And now I can't unsee it and it's bothering me. So maybe one day I'll also replace her skirt, but that's like a very low priority because it's not super noticeable, but that is bothering me. The other thing is the earring sculpt. Now, I don't know if this is how it is in every set or if maybe I got 2 earrings that were supposed to be on the same side. But see how that sculpt is? When you turn it to be going like in each ear, then the shape of it looks a little different. If you lay these both flat, one is at more of an angle than the other. But if you flip it around, they're both at the same angle. So this means that no matter which side you pair them on, one's gonna be angled towards the face and one away. And if I switch it, it's gonna be the same thing. So that is bothering me. I wish they were like mirrors of each other rather than the same exact thing, because I'd rather have both earrings kind of angled away from the face instead of one towards and one away. So I'll show you what I mean. So it's very subtle and I can't even really tell at this point. But like, you can see it's very slightly, this one is facing more that direction. And this one is facing, I don't know. Let's switch them and see. Because they're the same exact sculpt, it should look the same as the first time. But like, they're not actually the same because they should be mirrored of each other. They should be opposite. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like if she had 2 left shoes where they'd be the same sculpt. But these are not the same sculpt, they're opposites, because this one has that on that side, whereas on that one it's on the other side. I wish the earrings were the same. So did I get 2 of the same exact sculpt by mistake, or is that just how everyone's is? Let me know in the comments. One other thing is the downside to me doing this hairstyle is that it covers up her beautiful makeup. I especially love the rose petals on this side. It's so, so pretty. Come on, camera, focus on there. I don't like when it does the blurry thing, though. Come on. There we go. Isn't that so beautiful? Oh, and she even has some blushing there. I hadn't really noticed that before. I love this makeup. Anyway, let's tame her hair a bit and give her her hands back and do the before and after. Okay, actually, before I officially do the before and after shot, I think I might actually trim this little hair. I know I said earlier I'm too scared to cut the hair, but I can do one little section. And this is at the very front. It should not be that long. So I'll do that. And I also wanted to mention one other thing that's kind of bothering me is just how the clothes are fitting as I was putting them on. See how the neckline, like it's right against her neck on that side, but on this side, there's more space between the neck and the shoulder. When I was putting on this shirt, I kept trying to shift it to be more even on both sides, and it was not really cooperating. Also, the top of this like corset looking piece is like bending outwards and not leaning right against her chest. I don't know how to fix that. Like, I feel like I need a mini sized iron to iron the clothes, and I don't know how I would fix the neckline thing, but if anyone has advice for fixing that type of thing in doll clothes, let me know in the comments. Or is this just something I have to deal with and that can't be fixed? Let me know. But anyway, let's trim the hair and then we'll finally get to that before and after shot. Okay, well that's not bad in comparison to some of my previous restorations. If that's all the hair we lose and it was intentional, I'd say that's pretty good. Maybe in the future I'll figure out how to style her hair so that this side kind of stays behind her ear so you can see the side of the makeup here that I like better, and so that all her hair isn't completely covering her face. But for now, I'd say this is pretty good. I achieved my main goal, which was to get the hair to be more straight. However, I do feel like it still feels a little too full for my liking on the top. Maybe it's just the angle I have the camera at. Maybe it was. I don't know. But I kind of still wish it was flatter at the top. I don't know. Maybe I've just been staring at this doll for too long. So let's show that before and after. A quick interjection before I show the outro of this video. I was just trying to film some shots of Draculaura to include in the outro when I finally figured out how to stop this annoying camera thing from happening that has been happening in my recent videos, where I go to focus on her face closer up and it does that weird shift where now the camera quality is worse. And then I back up, focus on her again, and there it's better. I tried screen recording this to show what button I was clicking, but it was being annoying and not screen recording when I was in this camera app. So I'm gonna take screenshots of what the button looks like, but basically you have to click it before you start recording. And also the button that you have to click is not always on the screen. When you're not recording, you go up close to what you're trying to film, it'll do the shift, but this time the button will appear and it's a little flower icon. You'll click on that and it'll put a slash through it, and that will lock the feature and make it go back to the better quality. And then you can start recording and I can get as close to Draculaura as I want without it auto doing that shift thing. Now it might not focus on her face as well. It might still be a little blurry, but at least it's not doing that glitchy thing in the middle of a shot. So it looks a lot better. Anyway, to the outro. So there you have it. That was my restoration of Skulltimate Secrets Garden Mysteries Draculaura from Monster High. It became more tedious for me than I expected, separating the colors on the back of the head, but it worked out. I think her straight hair is gorgeous. There's definitely more things I want to improve about this doll, but that'll be for a future video. Maybe in the future I'll have a series of updates about my different dolls and their restoration process, because it doesn't all magically happen in one day, and it takes time to learn new skills to improve different aspects of dolls, and it also takes time to find different pieces to add to dolls. So anyway, that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Love you lots.